So the play starts off in a castle, like outside of the castle, and there are three guards watching the castle, one of them being Horatio, and then the ghost of King Hamlet appears, and they're all like really scared, like, oh my god, a ghost. So then Horatio runs to tell Hamlet what he's seen, and Hamlet is the Prince of Denmark, the son of Gertrude and Hamlet, and King Hamlet. He's really moody and indecisive, and basically he's seeking revenge on his father's death. And at the time, Hamlet is like really upset about the fact that his mother, Gertrude, and his uncle Claudius have just gotten married like 2 days after his dad has died. So he's like ill. So then Horatio tells Hamlet about the ghost, and then he's like, what, a ghost? I have to see this ghost. Like, oh my god. So then we're introduced to Ophelia. She's Polonius's beautiful daughter, and she's Hamlet's love interest. They're like madly in love, and she's really sweet and innocent. So then Hamlet goes and he talks to the ghost, which is his father, and his father tells him about his death and how they put poison in his ear, and that he wants him to avenge his death and kill the person who killed him. And then Hamlet goes to tell his trusted friend Horatio what his father told him and the events that are going to take place. So then Hamlet decides to put on a play that like depicts basically what happened to his father to make Claudius guilty, because Claudius is going to be in the audience. So then after the play, Hamlet is convinced of Claudius's guilt, so he sets out to kill him. And then when Hamlet is about to kill Claudius, he sees him and it looks like he's praying, so he's like, oh my god, I can't do it, I can't kill him yet, I can't kill him. So then Hamlet pays his mother a visit, and basically he's trying to tell her to stop hooking up with Claudius because he doesn't like it and he thinks it's gross. And while he's in his mother's room, he sees like this curtain moving and he thinks it's Claudius hiding behind the curtain. So he draws out his sword and he kills the person behind the curtain, and the person was not Claudius, it was actually Polonius. And then the ghost magically appears, like his father appears, and he starts telling him, oh, you shouldn't treat your mother that way, be kind to her. And then after that, Hamlet starts acting really crazy, like all his different emotions. He's like excited, he's upset, he's angry, he's thinking, he's like everywhere. So when King Claudius hears about Polonius's murder, he decides that because he can't kill Hamlet because the people love him too much, that he's going to send him to England. Meanwhile, Ophelia, she's gone kind of crazy because of her father's death, and she's like handing out flowers to people, and her brother Laertes, he's looking to avenge his father's death and kill Hamlet. So on Hamlet's way to England, he meets these pirates and they convince him to go back to Denmark, and he's like all riled up about avenging his father's death, and he's like hype about it. And in the back, Claudius, he's planning this sword fight between Hamlet and Laertes. And Laertes, he puts poison at the end, like the tip of his sword. And so when he stabs Hamlet, he'll die. And just in case the sword doesn't kill him, they put poison in his wine. So then Hamlet, he's at this graveyard and he's all contemplating suicide. He's like, should I do it? Should I not? And then he hears about Ophelia drowning herself, and he loses it. So then the action starts, and Laertes and Hamlet, they're doing the little sword fighting, and Gertrude's in the back like, yeah, that's my son, that's my son. And then Gertrude, she offers Hamlet some wine because she's like, you thirsty? And then he's like, no, I'm good. And then Gertrude's like, since you're not having the wine, I'll take a sip. And then she dies because it had poison. So while the queen is in the back dying, Laertes, he cuts Hamlet, and then the swords switch, and then Hamlet cuts him back, so then they're both about to die. And right before Hamlet is about to die, he's like, no, I have to kill Claudius. So he stabs Claudius, and Claudius dies, and they all die. So right before Hamlet dies, he passes the crown to Fortinbras, and that's the end.